cause I can't do it by myself. No, I can't. No, I can't do it by myself. No, I can't. Cause I can't do it by myself. No, I can't. No, I can't do it by myself.
Oh my God.
If I had to do it by myself, I know I wouldn't last. If I faced judgment from my past, I couldn't stand a chance. Chasing the high, chasing cash, all that living fast had me headed for destruction with no turning back. Like a crash test dummy was headed for the crash. Surrendered it all, I gave it up, cause now I understand. Without the Most High, I'm nothing, my works are filthy rags. I took His grace and His mercy, but didn't take nothing for granted. Follow Messiah very closely, I know He's a stand. I know I'm gon' go through tribulation, but nothing that I can't handle. Something with the Holy Spirit, yeah, I'm tuned into the channel. Only look for approval from God, so I ignore the chatter. A lot of love, the things of the world don't even matter. I got on my armor, cause every day I'm prepared for a battle. I take heed to myself, cause falling out the faith, it can be grass. No weapon shall prosper, but they don't mean that they ain't gon' get crashed. If people gon' tempt me with something that's tempting, I know that He crashed. My help, it come from God, He in charge, I know that He bad. So I ain't giving up, I gotta win, just like it's a track. Only if I endure to the end is God gon' save me. Cause I can't do it by myself. No, I can't. No, I can't do it by myself. No, I can't. Cause I can't do it by myself. I can't. No, I can't do it by myself. No, I can't. Cause I can't do it by myself. No, I can't. No, I can't do it by myself. No, I can't. Cause I can't do it by myself. No, I can't. No, I can't do it by myself.
If it ain't in your
have us prone to get easily distracted. Your attempt is only as good as what you practice. If you a practitioner, sin, homie, you a bastard. It take obedience and faith to be a child of God. Confess with your mouth and not with works, that's what we call a fraud. Get on the narrow path, cause destruction is on the broad. Even then, watch for the hook, gotta keep up your guard. How you be quoting the Lord's prayer but don't submit to God? How you think you gon' get the kingdom if you don't play your part? How you gon' comprehend the light while living in the dark? How you gon' choose what's wrong or right if you don't study His law? If it ain't in God's will for me, we don't want anybody's laws and ways constantly be on my mind. Definitely ain't it. If it ain't, we don't want anybody's laws and ways constantly be on my mind.
This life, you're an Edomite in the next life, the next life. You'll never be an Edomite. This is what the Bible says. You will never be an Israelite. I will never be an Israelite. You will never be an Israelite.
When this kingdom come and this will be done, I know vengeance is the Lord's. They gon' pay for what they done. When this kingdom come and this will be done, I know vengeance is the Lord's. They gon' pay for what they done. That's don't nobody wanna face the truth about how we really got here. Want us to forget about slavery like it never happened. But them slave ships important, a key connection to our past. Read Deuteronomy 28 to help you feel what I'm saying. We were forced on this land, allowed by Yahweh's hand, but it was all for a purpose, part of a bigger plan. They still talk about the Holocaust, ignore our mass genocide. We ain't been propagated again, this country built on lies. Yeah, I know, y'all ain't the ones who put us in chains, but them y'all ancestors, that blood still run through your veins. Blood Plus your status in society is cause you reap them benefits from the carnage that was sold. Please don't try to act ignorant like your forefathers was innocent and the issues don't concern you. They've been reincarnated, your ancestors are you. Look at the way that you treat us, shoot us down in the streets, throw us in cages like animals. This ain't the land of the free. When this kingdom come and this will be done, I know vengeance is the Lord's, they gon' pay for what they done. When this kingdom come and this will be done, I know vengeance is the Lord's, they gon' pay for what they done. When this kingdom come and this will be done, I know vengeance is the Lord's, they gon' pay for what they done. When this kingdom come and this will be done, I know vengeance is the Lord's, they gon' pay for what they done. That's our salvation. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. You touch the apple of his eye, it's something you won't get away with. They understand what they face. I see it in their eyes when they look at my friends. They know Israel rising, dry bones being awakened. The kingdom's eyes for the taking. We renewing our minds, shaking all lies from Satan. Eat them the vessels of wrath, and they been fitted for destruction. I'll never be cool with my oppressor. The Bible tell me not to trust them. Still God is knowledge, but fools despise instruction. They need a Bible college for wisdom. The Holy Spirit instructs me. Sucklers need milk, they can't digest. Meat just unlearn, so they misinterpret John 3:16. Saying Christ died for all, but everybody don't need saving. Deliverance is the essence of our eternal salvation. Inheritance is Israel, God deals with no other nation. His words can't come back void, your emotions won't make it. When this kingdom come and this will be done, I know vengeance is the Lord's, they gon' pay for what they done. When this kingdom come and this will be done, I know vengeance is the Lord's, they gon' pay for what they done. When this kingdom come and this will be done, I know vengeance is the Lord's, they gon' pay for what they done. When this kingdom come and this will be done, I know vengeance is the Lord's, they gon' pay for what they done. That's our salvation.
Shalom, family. One of the most important things is for us to be holy. Now, what does that mean? That means we have to separate ourselves from the world and build unity and community. Grab yourself a shirt that expresses that message, and let's not just talk about it, let's live it.
Ain't no free will, it's all predestinated. From every death to every child brought forth through copulation. From the spouse that you choose to your current occupation, you either receive mercy or Yahweh's indignation. I can recollect on times that I could have been dead. Caught lacking, no strap, I had a knife instead. Played it cool, he wanted to kill me for how I used to move. Had to match his energy, portray that I was strapped too. But inside I'm praying to God, hoping he don't shoot. Still I'm whooping, telling him I know what he won't do. It ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. Salvation ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. Salvation ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. Yeah, many you call, but few get chosen. Matthew 22:14. My righteousness gonna exceed that of the Pharisees. Do what they. Shalom, 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 family, shalom, Mark.
Hey, shalom, family. Shalom, Mark.
First, we want to start off, as we always do, by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, whose name is Yahweh. And we do so by Shem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. That's in the name of his only begotten Son, who most around the world know as Jesus Christ. I'm your brother Hurt, and I also have my brother Aaron with me. And tonight's lesson is another law and order portion. And these have definitely been some edifying lessons for us to go into. And it's also been edifying for some of y'all who watch and attest to it. So all praise to the Most High. And we pray that this lesson is edifying also tonight. So all praise to the Most High. Shalom to everybody at the water for joining us. And like the pinned comment says on the screen, thank you for helping us grow the kingdom of the Most High by liking, commenting, and sharing the video. Please subscribe and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on future lessons. All praise to the Most High. And shalom, Sister Wendy, Brother Drayson, Sister Kanaya, Sister Princess Angelina Salakia, and Sister Princess of Zion Dree. All praise to the Most High. Ak, you got anything you want to say?
Nah, nothing much. How's my audio?
Sounded pretty good.
Okay, con. Yeah, nah, not much to add on. Just shout out to everybody, of course. All praises to the Most High that we're able to come forth and for another Law and Order portion, a lesson. Definitely looking forward to tonight. So I ain't gonna stay in the way too much. Just make sure, remember to like the video, also subscribe if you haven't already, and then hit the bell once you do so. But pass it back to you, brother.
Khan, all praise to the Most High. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into it, y'all. So we in Leviticus chapter 2. And if y'all haven't checked out or listened to Leviticus chapter 1, you can do so later on in your spare time. These lessons are going to intertwine, and it's going to be sufficient that you have the information from the chapters prior as we continue to go forward in these chapter breakdowns. So all praise to the Most High. So, Ak, if you could, let's start with verses 1 through 3. And Sister Wendy, if you could put the Leviticus playlist in the chat, also for those who have not seen Leviticus chapter 1.
Con. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 2, starting at 1. And when any will offer a meat offering unto the Lord, his offering shall be of fine flour, and he shall pour oil upon it, and put frankincense therein, or thereon. And he shall bring it to Aaron's sons, the priests, and he shall take thereout his handful of the flour thereof, and of the oil thereof, with all the frankincense thereof. And the priest shall burn the memorial of it upon the altar, to be an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord. And the remnant of the meat offering shall be Aaron's and his sons. It is a thing most holy of the offerings of the Lord made by fire.
God, all praises. So the first two verses is giving us details about how this meat offering is supposed to be offered up. So it says his offering shall be of fine flour. He shall pour oil upon it and put frankincense thereon. And he shall bring it to Aaron's sons, the priests, and he shall take thereout his handful of the flour thereof and of the oil thereof with all the frankincense thereof. And the priest shall burn the memorial of it upon the altar to be an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto Yahweh. So just as we see with any and all things, there are specific directions to how the Most High is going to accept this offering. If we do it any other way, we understand it's not going to be an acceptable offering to the Lord because he gave us instructions. And this goes right along with the way he's given us commandments. There's a way he wants us to take heed to instruction, and not the way that we deem fit just because we say, well, I feel like God shouldn't be too mad if I eat pork. Why is he going to be mad because I choose to eat what I want to eat? Well, because he said so, and he said to do things the way he said to do it. So it's the same thing with these offerings. There are details in these offerings that really do matter. But right now we're going to touch on verse 3. It says, in the remnant of the meat offering, so this is the remainder of the meat offering, shall be Aaron's and his sons. It is a thing most holy of the offerings of Yahweh made by fire. And if y'all can remember, not long ago, we did a lesson on tithes and offerings. And we went into how these portions that are left over for the priests, like today, they have the tithes and the offerings that people give in church. And the pastors are taking advantage of that because they don't have a Levitical priesthood. They aren't priests. And so they're telling people they have to tithe, and then they'll tell people they don't have to keep these laws that surround tithing. So we're going to look a little closer at this remainder that's left over, and we're going to look a little closer also at what's given to the priest. And shalom, Sister Trapekia, and shalom, Hebrew Israelite Social Community United. Shalom, shalom. So let's go to Deuteronomy 14. Verses 22 through 27.
Con. 22 through 27.
Yes, sir.
Con, this book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22. It's like a chapter 14, starting at verse 22. Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed that the field bringeth forth year by year. And thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God in the place which he shall choose to place his name there, the tithe of thy corn and of thy wine and of thy oil of thine oil, and the firstlings of thy herds and of thy flocks, that thou mayest learn to fear the Lord thy God always. And if the way be too long for thee, so that thou art not able to carry it, or if the place be too far from thee, which the Lord thy God shall choose to set his name there, when the Lord thy God hath blessed thee, then shalt thou turn it into money, and bind up the money in thine hand, and shalt go unto the place which the Lord thy God shall choose. And thou shalt bestow that money for whatsoever thy soul lusteth after, for oxen, or for sheep, or for wine, or for strong drink, or for whatsoever thy soul desireth. And thou shalt eat there before the Lord thy God, and shalt rejoice, thou and thine household. And the Levite that is within thy gates, thou shalt not forsake him, for he hath no part nor inheritance with thee.
Con, all praises. So it says in verse 22 that thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed that the field bringeth forth year by year. And thou shalt eat before Yahweh your God in the place which he shall choose to place his name there, the tithe of the corn, of the wine, and of thine oil, and the firstlings of thy herds and of thy flocks, that thou mayest learn to fear Yahweh thy power always. So we know that this was 10% of all these things that we would be increased in. And the Most High wanted the best of those things. Now, he's giving some instruction about if the way is too long, if you're on a journey. And it says in verse 24, and if the way be too long for thee, so that thou art not able to carry it, or if the place be too far from thee, which Yahweh thy power shall choose to set his name there, when Yahweh your power have blessed thee, then shalt thou turn it into money, and bind up the money in thine hand, and shall go into the place which Yahweh your power shall choose. And thou shalt bestow that money for whatsoever thy soul lusteth after, for oxen, or for sheep, or for wine, or for strong drink, or for whatsoever thy soul desireth. And thou shalt eat there before Yahweh your power, and thou shalt rejoice, thou and thine household. So you would have a feast when you weren't able to go to the land and give this offering to the Most High. You would still have a feast in his name. And what we see in verse 27 is, it says, and the Levite that is within thy gates, thou shalt not forsake him, for he have no part nor inheritance with thee. Because the Levites weren't given land like the other tribes were given land. The Most High actually said, hey, Jacob or Judah, this is your land. Asher, this is your land, and so on and so forth. But the Levite did not inherit any land. So this is why they're always receiving the offerings. They're offering the offerings up for us to the Most High. That's their office. And they also get a part of that, a portion of that offering. Let's go to Numbers 18, 20, and 21.
God. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 18, starting at verse 20. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, thou shalt have no inheritance in their land, neither shalt thou have any part among them. I am thy part and thine inheritance among the children of Israel. And behold, I have given the children of Levi all the tenth in Israel for an inheritance, for their service which they serve, even the service of the tabernacle of the congregation.
So this was their inheritance. They didn't inherit any land, but it shows us that, behold, I have given the children of Levi all the tenth in Israel for an inheritance. So this is their inheritance. They get a tenth part, or 10% of what the Israelites would give as an offering to the Most High. They would get 10% of that also. So this is their inheritance. Now let's go back to Leviticus 2, and let's read verses 4 through 7.
God. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 2, starting at verse 4. And if thou bring an oblation of a meat offering baken in the oven, it shall be unleavened cakes of fine flour mingled with oil, or unleavened wafers anointed with oil. And if thy oblation be a meat offering baken in a pan, it shall be of fine flour unleavened, mingled with oil. Thou shalt part it in pieces, and pour oil thereon. It is a meat offering. And if thy oblation be a meat offering baken in the frying pan, it shall be made of fine flour with oil.
Con, all praises. So y'all, there's a common view of these scriptures, and I've seen it online, and it's not what these verses are talking about. I don't know if y'all are familiar, but people believe when they read verses 4-7 that it's like, yeah, see, this how you know that God was black, because he fried chicken. He want fried chicken. He want to smell fried chicken. That ain't what this talking about, y'all. For one, when we read this, so they're getting that understanding from. So when you look at the frying pan in verse 7, it says, "And if thy oblation be a meat offering baking in the frying pan, it should be made of fine flour with oil." So they're thinking about how we put oil in the pan, we put flour on the chicken, and we throw it in the grease. But that's not what it's saying, because meat offering doesn't mean that there's any meat involved. Might sound confusing, huh? Let's go to meat offering in the Hebrew.
God. So this is H4503. It's mincha, and outline of usage is gift, tribute, offering, present, oblation, sacrifice, meat offering, gift, present, tribute, offering to God, grain offering. Then the definition, it says, i.e. bestow a donation, euphemistically, tribute, especially or specifically a sacrificial offering, usually bloodless and voluntarily. Gift, oblation, meat offering, present, sacrifice.
Con. So this offering, a meat offering, doesn't have any meat involved. When we read the first 3 verses, it told us what was inside of this meat offering. It didn't mention any meat. So when we get to verses 4-7, it's not talking about fried chicken. But so in Leviticus chapter 1, we saw the burnt offering. The burnt offering was an offering for atonement. This is actually a grain offering. Like if we look at the subheading of this chapter, it says the law of grain offerings. And the grain offering is actually a gift offering, just like the usage says, and just like the definition says. It's a gift offering. It says it's usually bloodless and voluntary. So this is an offering, a gift, where this would be standing in the place of pretty much saying thank you for accepting the sacrifices of atonement. Thank you for accepting my burnt sacrifices. So this is what that gift would be for, to give over to the Most High. If you could, let's go back to Leviticus. And if anybody got any questions, y'all can place them in the chat, and just let me know that everything is clear to be understood at this point. And if not, I can go back and go over something if there's something that needs to be reiterated, and place in the comments also. So let's read verses 8-10 in Leviticus 2. And it's a short chapter too, so we shouldn't be too much longer.
God, it's a book of Leviticus chapter 2, verse 8. And thou shalt bring the meat offering that is made of these things unto the Lord. And when it is presented unto the priest, he shall bring it unto the altar. And the priest shall take from the meat offering a memorial thereof, and shall burn it upon the altar. It is an offering made by fire, a sweet savor unto the Lord. And that which is left of the meat offering shall be Aaron's and his sons. It is a thing most holy of the offerings of the Lord made by fire.
Con, all praises. So it gives us instruction. In verse 8, it says, "And thou shalt bring the meat offering that is made of these things unto Yahweh, and when it is presented unto the priest, he shall bring it unto the altar." So the priest is going to bring this offering from the Israelites who bring this offering to the altar. It says, and the priest shall take from the meat offering a memorial thereof. And a memorial thereof just means that it's something to be remembered. It says, and it shall burn it upon the altar. It is an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto Yahweh. And that which is left of the meat offering shall be Aaron's and his sons. It is a thing most holy of the offerings of Yahweh made by fire. So we see the same thing, the same common thing. Anytime something is offered up, the priests, they stand there as mediators to do the offering up to the Most High, and whatever's left over, it belongs to them. So let's continue. Let's get Numbers 18. Let's get Numbers 18, verses 25 through 27. Go back to Numbers 18.
God, that's the book of Numbers, chapter 18, starting at verse 25. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, thus speak unto the Levites, and say unto them, when ye take of the children of Israel the tithes which I have given you from them for your inheritance, then ye shall offer up an heave offering of it for the Lord, even a 10th part of the tithe. And this your heave offering shall be reckoned unto you, as though it were the corn of the threshing floor, and as the fullness of the winepress.
So it says in verse 26, thus speak unto the Levites, and say unto them, when ye take of the children of Israel the tithes which I have given you from them for your inheritance, then ye shall offer up a heave offering of it for the Lord, even a 10th part of the tithe. So even what the priest actually will receive that's for themselves, they're still going to offer up 10% of that, because the Most High, he has to have his. Whenever we're receiving these blessings, the Most High wants us to give to him. And it's the same thing with us. In this day and time, it wouldn't be you going to your church and saying, here you go, pastor. That ain't for the Most High. The Most High wants obedience. Our obedience is completely better than sacrifice. We don't have a temple to take anything to. So the Most High wants obedience. He wants us to love our brothers and sisters as ourselves. He wants us to take care of the people that we can take care of that may be less fortunate also. So these are those things that the Most High is looking for us to do in place of these giving this 10%, because we don't have that temple. So it says in verse 27, and this your heave offering shall be reckoned unto you, as though it were the corn of the threshing floor, and as the fullness of the winepress. And so when they do what they're supposed to do, the Most High blesses them in abundance, and he refills the things that they actually give to him. So it's the same with us. Let's read verses 30 through 32.
God, jumping down to verse 30. Therefore thou shalt say unto them, when ye have heaved the best thereof from it, then it shall be counted unto the Levites as the increase of the threshing floor, and as the increase of the winepress. And ye shall eat it in every place, ye and your households. For it is your reward for your service in the tabernacle of the congregation. And ye shall bear no sin by reason of it, when ye have heaved from it the best of it. Neither shall ye pollute the holy things of the children of Israel, lest ye die.
Verse 30 says, therefore thou shalt say unto them, when ye have heaved the best thereof from it. So they got specific directions and specific instructions on getting the best from what the children of Israel give them, and send that up to the Most High. Offer that up to the Most High, not take the best for yourself and say, oh, okay, I'm going to give the Most High this. It's the same with us. We have to give the Most High our best, not halfway, not just thinking we can get by with just enough. No, give him your all and give him the best that you got, because other than that, he ain't going to accept it, because he wants the best from us. So it says in verse 31, and ye shall eat it in every place, ye and your households, for it is your reward for your service in the tabernacle of the congregation. And the key thing in verse 30 is when they did give the best of it, it says, it shall be counted unto the Levites as the increase of the threshing floor and as the increase of the winepress. When we're obedient, the Most High, he increases us. He gives us more than we can even imagine, things we ain't even asking for. And he just provides those things because we're obedient to what he says do. Verse 32, and ye shall bear no sin by reason of it, when ye have heaved from it the best of it. So that comes with a condition that there will be no sin by reason of it. They will bear no sin by reason of it. When they heave from it the best of it, there will be sin if they don't give the best and then they take for themselves the best. Neither shall ye pollute the holy things of the children of Israel, lest ye die. And that would be polluting the holy things of the children of Israel. When they've given their best and said, here you go, priest, offer this up for me. Offer this up for me in the place of myself, because I can't do it. I'm not a priest. Offer it up to the Most High, the best that I got. And they say, okay, and they take the worst. There is a sin there, and that can cause death. So it's the same with us. If we ain't giving the Most High the best, hey, you can expect to not get eternal life. You can expect to be destroyed. And Sister Wendy, like Sister Wendy said, the story of Cain. And a lot of people don't understand, because I've heard it, in the past, probably all my life, where people don't really understand what's going on with the story of Cain and Abel. Cain, he just didn't give the best of the best. It didn't matter that he gave of the ground. That's what he was. He was a gatherer of the ground. He tilled things from the ground. He gathered fruit. He didn't give the best. Abel did. Abel gave the best of what he had. So the Most High looked at it like, hey, if you ain't going to give me the best, I don't want it. And when you read that story, it tells you that Abel gave the first fruits. And then when it talks about Cain, it just says he gave an offering. So this just showing a contrast between the offerings that were given. And let's go back to Leviticus 2. And if anybody got any questions or anything, you can place them in the chat, because we almost done. Like we ain't got too many verses left. This is a short chapter. Leviticus 2, and let's read verses 11 through 13.
It's the book of Leviticus chapter 2, verse 11. No meat offering which ye shall bring unto the Lord shall be made with leaven. Ye shall burn no leaven, nor any honey, in any offering of the Lord made by fire. Verse 12. As for the oblation of the first fruits, ye shall offer them unto the Lord, but they shall not be burnt on the altar for a sweet savor. In every oblation of thy meat offering shalt thou season with salt, neither shalt thou suffer the salt of the covenant of thy God to be lacking from thy meat offering. With all thine offerings thou shalt offer salt.
So I got a question, and I'm going to see if anybody can answer it. Why do you think that it's being stated or being told that no meat offering that is made shall be made with leaven? It says in verse 11, no meat offering which ye shall bring unto Yahweh shall be made with leaven, for ye shall burn no leaven, nor any honey, in any offering of Yahweh made by fire. And I'm going to give a few seconds to see if anybody can get that. Most definitely, leaven is sin. Leaven is sin. And when you look at that, the Most High, he don't want us to bring to the altar sin. He don't want us to bring any leaven, any baggage, anything we haven't let go. You're not even supposed to go to the Most High in prayer if you still practicing sin. Because why? He don't even hear the prayer of a practitioner of sin. Not of someone that just makes mistakes, but a practitioner of sin. Somebody that dwells in their sin and they think they can go to the Most High and say, Father, forgive me. Please bless me with a new house. He ain't hearing it. But another key thing about it is there are offerings that you would make of these things that had leaven in them. You just couldn't burn them. And we're going to look at that passage that shows that. Give me 2 Chronicles 31 and 5.
Con. This is the book of Second Chronicles, chapter 31, and verse 5. And as soon as the commandment came abroad, the children of Israel brought in abundance the first fruits of corn, wine, and oil, and honey, and of all the increase of the field, and the tithe of all things brought they in abundantly.
So all the things of the field had to be brought to the Most High. But if it had leaven in it, you couldn't burn it on the altar. If it had honey in it, you couldn't burn it on the altar. But we see that these things were given to the Most High, offered up to the Most High. You couldn't burn it on the altar. Let's go back to Leviticus 2, and I'm gonna read verse 13 again.
God.
It says, "In every oblation of thy meat offering shalt thou season with salt. Neither shalt thou suffer the salt of the covenant of thy God to be lacking from thy meat offering. With all thine offerings thou shalt offer salt." So this salt is symbolic also. And we definitely see this like with the Passover lamb, because I mean we don't offer up sacrifices, but with the Passover lamb, we're supposed to use a little salt with that Passover lamb. But with all these offerings that the Most High has Israel make, they're supposed to be seasoned with a little salt. And it speaks about a covenant of salt. It says, "Neither shalt thou suffer the salt of the covenant of thy God to be lacking from thy meat offering. With all thy offerings thou shalt offer salt." So this salt covenant, we're going to read a little bit about it just so y'all can get the background of what the salt covenant is. Give me Numbers 18 and 19.
God. It's the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 19. All the heave offerings of the holy things which the children of Israel offer unto the Lord have I given thee, and thy sons and thy daughters with thee, by a statute forever. It is a covenant of salt forever before the Lord, unto thee and to thy seed with thee.
So this would be in remembrance of what the Most High did. He placed these heave offerings of the holy things in place. And it's always supposed to be a little salt to remember this covenant that's made with the Most High. So a key thing about this salt covenant, something about salt, what does it do? It preserves food. So this symbolizes that our covenant with the Most High, it will be preserved as long as we're obedient to what he says to do. This covenant is preserved because we're upholding that covenant, and the Most High is going to uphold his promises. Salt also purifies, it seasons, and this represents, and it also reminds us to be holy. Us being purified with this salt is separating us. It's separate. You think about if you put salt on food or you don't put salt on food. It's a complete difference. You want the food that got the salt on it, not the food without the salt. So the symbology in the laws of the Most High, they help us to realize deeper spiritual meanings. And we see a lot of this as we get into the New Testament. And this is why it's important that we really do study and meditate on this law, because it makes the New Testament so much more clear. It makes everything make so much more sense, because we know that the laws were a foreshadowing of things to come. And a lot of these things that we see with the Messiah. All praise to the Most High. Sis, that's exactly. All praises, right on point. She says that why we are the salt of the earth. That's right, sis. That's right. And let me see. Let's pull this up in the lexicon. The salt.
God.
Peculiar apparel, seasoning, and influential. Oh man, I gotta show my shirts off I got from Peculiar Apparel. Y'all need to go visit the website. I got some fire shirts from Peculiar Apparel. I don't know when I'm wearing them. Got a couple of them the other day.
God, this is H4417 Melach. Usage just says salt, and then Strong's info says powder, i.e. salt, as easily pulverized and dissolved. And you said the lexicon,
Yeah, Chaldee lexicon.
con. So it says melach, the salt, excuse me, the salt sea, i.e. the Dead Sea, or lacus asphaltites, the water of which is impregnated and almost saturated with salt. Then it gives Genesis 14:3 and those other scriptures. Then it mentions the covenant of salt. Slaki.
All praises. And so this lacus of asphaltites is referenced in the Chaldee lexicon because it's a historical tie of asphalt to salt. Here is that of cementing and binding quality. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. So let's go back to Leviticus 2. All praise to the Most High, sis. All praises. And let's get the last few verses. We only got 3 verses left. I'm glad you're enjoying the class, sis. All praise to the Most High.
It's the book of Leviticus 2 and verse 14.
Yes, 14 through 16.
Verse 14, it says, and if thou offer a meat offering of thy first fruits unto the Lord, thou shalt offer them for the meat offering of thy first fruits green ears of corn dried by the fire, even corn beaten out of the full ears. And thou shalt put oil upon it and lay frankincense thereon. It is a meat offering, and the priest shall burn the memorial of it, part of the beaten corn thereof, and part of the oil thereof, with all the frankincense thereof. It is an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
So just dealing with what we've already read, we see in verse 16 it says part of, and we know what happens with the rest of it. The priests actually get to keep it for themselves after they offer up a 10% of the best of what they have that came from the brothers and sisters in the congregation. So all praise, honor, glory to the Most High. I don't think I have anything else. If y'all got anything, y'all can place it in the chat. Any comments or questions? But I'm gonna show y'all these shirts, man. They got some fire shirts. And my rib and drill, she ordered these for me. And these are nice, man. Nice. Great prices, y'all, on their website too. Great prices. Like the material, the quality is like on point. But this other one, I love this other shirt. I love these fringes. Like, they different because I don't have any fringes like that yet. It's my first time getting some fringes like that. But yeah, if y'all ain't got no peculiar apparel yet, you got to go visit their website and check out some of the shirts and clothing, man. It's real good prices, and you know, they're very fair. And I know the brother and sister personally, a great brother and sister. So I'm gonna play this commercial just in case y'all aren't familiar, you haven't paid attention, because I played the commercial at the beginning of the lessons, just in case y'all want to try and go and take a look on the website.
Shalom, family. One of the most important things is for us to be holy. Now, what does that mean? That means we have to separate ourselves from the world and build unity and community. Grab yourself a shirt that expresses that message, and let's not just talk about it, let's live it.
All praise to the Most High. All praises. And shalom, brother YP. And shalom, Sister Diamond. And Ak, you got to hit me back up. I don't know if you left the city yet, if you left to go back home. But message me, let me know. I don't know if you, because you didn't tell me if you left yet. Just let me know, Ak. But all praise to the Most High. I don't think I have anything else, y'all. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the shares, the likes, comments for sure, as always. And like I said earlier, if y'all didn't check out the Leviticus 1, check out the Leviticus 1. And as we keep going forward throughout these chapters, some of these chapters get longer. It's going to be more in depth, more information is going to come out. And we got some good lessons coming up very soon too. Next Tuesday, don't look back. Let it go. Through the Spirit. I wrote this. I got this lesson together like last week, and it's a very powerful lesson through the Spirit, because we all need to be reminded that don't look back. Let it go. You think about who looked back. That I think that'll tell you if y'all familiar with who looked back, who shouldn't have looked back. But I got some information that's gonna come out, some historical information. I wouldn't say historical. I'll say some information that where some things have been revealed that confirms the Bible. But yeah, so it's gonna be a good lesson through the Spirit. All praise to the Most High. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else. Yep, Lot's wife. You got it. You got it, Sister Wendy. Lot's wife. Exactly. But I don't think I have anything else. Aki, want to say anything before we close out?
Yeah, all praise to the Most High for the lesson. It's definitely appreciated. And shout out to everyone that was able to join. All praises to the Most High for all the comments and feedback and questions, responses, etc. But no, I don't have anything else other than that. If you want me to close it out, I can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All praise to the Most High. You can close us out. And we want to close out as we always do by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, whose name is Yahweh, and we do so by Shem Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. Hallelujah.
Kind of close it out. Number 6, 24 on down. As always, Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. And with that, I'll say peace and shalom.
Shalom, Mark. Shalom, family.
Gotta love yourself before you learn how to love somebody. You better love yourself. Gotta love yourself before you learn how to love somebody else. You gotta love yourself before you learn how to love somebody else. You better love yourself. You gotta love yourself before you learn how to love somebody else. You better love yourself. How you gon' say you love yourself when you put poison in your body? Know when it's killing you, but you can't stop cause you enjoy it. Risk is greater than a reward. You gotta use life. We got the World Wide Web. You got access to knowledge. I can't stay silent. I gotta keep it silent. I'm tired of people dying from lack of even trying. Understand that it's bad for you, but you justify it. Know what you need to do, but the truth is you deny it. I don't care what the world thinks, don't do nothing they doing. Christ said they was gon' hate as soon as you became a new man. I just wanna keep his laws. 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 I don't care what the world thinks, don't do nothing they doing. Christ said they was gon' hate as soon as you became a new man. I just wanna keep his laws. 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 I just wanna keep it laws. Obedience to love of God. 1 John 5:3. The scripture say it ain't hard. I renewed my mind and learned the lies I was taught. Yeah, my light gon' shine. No darkness, no doubt. Read Romans 12:2. Yeah, that's how King walk. I'm more than ready to die. I done took the sting out. My heart is so clean now. Yeah, I done got the beam out. I deliver the word of truth. I ain't serving bean pies on my own understanding. Yeah, you know I lean out. I'm friends up, I got tassels on when I hit the scene now. I remember getting high, faithfully twisting a lie. Now it's no drugs, I fiend for spiritual things now. I don't care what the world thinks, don't do nothing they doing. Christ said they was gon' hate as soon as you became a new man. I just wanna keep his laws. 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 I don't care what the world thinks, don't do nothing they doing. Christ said they was gon' hate as soon as you became a new man. I just wanna keep it laws. I just wanna keep it laws.